Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So today I want to talk to you about the 5 reasons why you, yes you, should purchase a 1999 to 2004 Ford Mustang GT, aka New Edge Mustang.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
So my 5th reason will be customized ability to make it your own. So as you can see, we're an American Muscle website. That's one of the biggest and most popular websites for the Mustangs, and there's a lot of parts for the 99 to 04. As you can see here, we see the rims. This is the most popular, and the 4th of July specials that they have. And there's a lot of, like you can see there's a lot of performance parts as well, and you see deals and stuff like that. And that's the cool thing about these cars have a huge aftermarket potential. You can make these cars however you want. Personally, I like to keep my car clean. Now this is another of the biggest Mustang websites. This is LMR, and they do a lot of the same things that American Muscle does. They sell a lot of good parts and a lot of performance. I feel like LMR is a little bit more into the performance parts, so they're a little bit more into the racing department. And as you can see now, we're in the suspension tuners, and we're gonna go to the engines, and in a little bit we're gonna go into the superchargers parts. So you can see, okay, 94 to 2004 supercharger kits. Awesome. Let's click on that. Okay, now let's go down, scroll down, and you can see now that this is the centrifugal superchargers, which is the most popular supercharger kit for the 99 to 2004 Mustang GT. Now we're in the CJ Pony parts section, and going back a little bit on the supercharger side, I had experienced a Vortex supercharger on my previous 2000 Mustang GT. So yeah, they're very good, very reliable. And you see there's another website. This is one of the biggest 3 websites that you can find. There's a lot of parts for these cars. So reason number 4, it will be looks, aesthetics, and this is optional. This is based on opinion. And here we can see a Mach 1. Look very similar to Mustang GTs, very similar. This is actually one of the closest besides the Mustang GT. Now we have here a Mustang GT with the 03 Cobra hood and 03 Cobra bumper. Looks phenomenal. This is actually an 03 Cobra. Now mind you, all of these parts you could directly bolt on into a New Edge, any New Edge Mustang GT, even V6 is pretty much the same. And look how beautiful our car looks to me. Cobras to me are the best. That's my current Mustang right now, the black one that I have. And what we're about to see, this is my old 2000 Mustang GT with the Vortex supercharger and the 03 Cobra bumper. Reason number 3 will be reliability of this car. These cars are very reliable. Why? Because of what they have in front. It's a 4.6 liter 2-valve. Now, this motor Ford has been producing since the 90s, right? Came out in 91 on the Lincoln Town Car. Then it came out on the Crown Vics, I believe, in 93. Then in 96 it was introduced on the Mustang, right? To replace the old 5 liter. And this motor, from my experience and from what people I know, my sources, this motor is way more reliable than that old Fox body. Now just picture this. Ford in I believe 86 they wanted to develop an overhead cam to replace the 5 liter, right? So the 5 liter has been in production since, I want to say, 1967, mid 60s. So they wanted to develop, they wanted to get a more fuel economical engine, and also an engine that would perform, right? So it took him $4,000 million to develop this engine. So imagine how much testing in years before it actually went into production. So it went in 96, and from 99 to 04, you guys know we have the PI heads with the PI intake manifold to provide you with 260 horsepower. And this car, man, I'm telling you, this car, I know from my experience, from my 2000, it was actually the most reliable car that I ever had, including my 3-valve, my 05. It wasn't that engine wasn't as tough as this one was, and that's a reason why I'm here. But yeah, this car, as long as you change the fluids, as long as you do your maintenance, and as long as you don't beat on the car like every block, and you don't do burnouts and stupid stuff that will get you into trouble. I mean, things break, but you know, something to expect on older cars, but they're so inexpensive to fix. Even if you blow your engine, right, and you have to replace your motor, I mean, they're not expensive. Maybe $1,000, $800. Get you find yourself a nice used one with some good heads. So yeah. So reason number 2, it will be performance. By today's standards, the 4.6 2-liter came in a 99 to 04 Mustang GT, produced 260 horsepower, right? Which is not impressive in today's world. And by me saying performance, it sounds kind of crazy. But taking this into account, this car from the factory will run very low 14-second quarter mile with a decent driver, and maybe up to a high 13-second quarter mile with some minor buttons like what we have here. We have a cold air intake. You get yourself a nice set of gears, some good tires, some long tube headers, and some nice exhaust and a tune. You could get this puppy into the low 13-second quarter range, and some guys with a little bit of weight reductions have even gotten into the 12s. So I mean, 12s is what a stock Coyote 2011 plus Mustang GT runs. So by you doing minor things to this car, you could go really fast. It's not even talking about force induction. If you throw in a Vortex supercharger on this car, stock internals, you could push 400, 450 real wheel horsepower on this motor, right? No problem. Just get yourself a nice intercooler, and even without an intercooler, I dyno my 2000 Mustang GT, the one that I had before, and it put down 390 to the wheels with a slipping clutch, non-intercooler. So you could also go turbo on 3 Performance, not expensive at all, and you could get yourself similar powers. And the weak point on these motors is those the rods. Those handle only to about 450 tops, 500 wheel, and then they'll break. But if you get yourself a nice set of rods and pistons, I mean, you could push 800. I think 800 is what is rated, the crankshaft, and yeah, you could make some impressive powers out of a 2-valve for not a lot of money. And you put everything into account. How much do you spend? How much money did it take you to modify the car? And then you got yourself a really nice package that a lot of people overlook. Alright, so for the number 1 reason and the final reason why you should get a 99 to 04 Mustang GT, aka New Age, is the price. Look at this, 1999, $2,800. Look at this one, 2001 Mustang GT. This one is for $4,750, and you could actually negotiate this. It's also a clean title. Look how clean this car. Oh, too bad it's an automatic, but you know, maybe you like automatics. I mean, they're good cars, good commuters. I personally can't do automatic, man. If I got a Mustang, it's gotta be a stick shift. And we're browsing through, and the pricing of these cars, man, they're so low. Look at this one, $2,800, 2004 Mustang GT. I mean, the paint is in rough condition, but it looks clean title. Okay, so you get this car for, let's say, $2,500, throw in $1,000 paint, and you got yourself a brand new, like from the outside, the shell, brand new car to work with. I mean, the pricing of this cars is just crazy. So now let's go to Google. Let's search on car gurus, and I type in 2003 Mustang GT, and let's search. Now the pricing here is gonna be a little bit higher, but we're gonna see cleaner cars. Look at this one, $6,000, almost $7,000. But look at this one. Okay, the first one, 2002, 57,000 miles, $7,000. Come on, that is a good deal. Look at that one. Well, that's a lot of miles. Let's come up. Okay, so we have a 2002, $7,750. And look how clean this car looks. And I believe this one is also it's a 5-speed. Let's see. Man, look at that engine bay. Look how clean that car looks. I also love the mineral gray. That's one of my favorite. Yeah, 5-speed. So look at that car, man. I mean, the pricing here, it's awesome. It really is. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you please have any questions, please leave them down below. Don't forget to like the video if you like it, and please consider subscribing. I am planning to make a lot more videos and bring you a lot more content into the channel, and we'll be doing different cars, not only Mustangs. It's mainly gonna be about Mustangs because that's a car that I have and the most experience, but I'll be looking forward to bringing you guys all the cars, and very excited about it. All right, thank you very much. Have a good one.